Okay, I now have the hydraulic clutch line and the main radiator coolant tube in place. Okay, you can see now that I've got everything hooked up, and it goes through the firewall down here. This is my flex line onto my bracket, tied to the brake line, which goes, little bracket there holding it down, goes right through the firewall and the little rubber grommet, and it's not going to focus. It goes through a little rubber grommet there. I've wrapped that part of the tube there, right there, with some of the spiral, nylon spiral wrap, some abrasion protection. So that comes down through here, right there. Again, it's in some heavy or some flexible poly tube, which helps keep it, from rubbing on the frame and vibrating, as well as keeping any other heat sources away from the clutch line. But it's tied in here just like I tied in the brake line on the other side. There's a little bracket that holds the brake line in. It's tied in here, comes all the way down to the front. It makes a 90 straight up. This is where the firewall is going to be. You can see it's straight up even with that one right there. So this just comes straight up, and I got it cut off here at the top. Just to, when I put the body back on, this will come up the inside of the wheel well and tie in up in this area to the master cylinder for the clutch. But I sucked on this end and put my tongue over it, and she's airtight. So hopefully I won't have any leakage there. Alright, after I got that in, then I worked here on my main radiator tube. This is the tube that's coming from the motor to the radiator. I lined it up just like I lined up the one on the other side. And it comes through a rubber grommet as well. Comes through here, makes a slight bend through this area. So I've got about an 1/8 of an inch gap, or a little bit more on each side of this tank. I'm going to work on that, get a little bit better gap there. But I have it coming down here, and it's all tied in really strong down here. So I've got these clamps on here. Now I've marked on either side of these clamps, on both sides, because, see, I drew on with a Sharpie marker. I'm going to put some heavy-duty heat insulation over this pipe, try to keep the heat inside. I've marked the top of the pipe here, because I'm going to try to put a little bit of a bend in this, bend it up just a little bit to facilitate with a little bit easier pipe run through the front and around over on that side. So done that. I've also marked where I'm going to cut it right there, because these are too long. I need to come out with a little flexible 90, and then I'm going to put a regular tube going up through here on this side, and a couple more bends at the top to get to the radiator. Same thing with that, it's going to come up a little, so if I can just bend this up just a little bit, it'll help come up and clear this plate and make everything just a little bit more smoother. So I'm getting ready to take these pipes out and try to bend it, and then once I get that little bend put in it, then I'm going to cut them off. I'm going to wrap them with insulation and put them back in.